All right, folks, welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Got another watch up close and personal. And today we're going to take a look at the Nubeo Galileo. This is a watch I had in my collection for quite some time now, and it's a very, very cool piece. I've been wanting to get even in my Invicta days, which I still, look at Invictas, I still wear them, but I was wanting to get a double barrel or a dual balance wheel watch for a while now. And just so you guys know, this is not a tourbillon. So some folks who are maybe very new to the watch world, or even that don't really know much about watches, might say, oh, it's a double tourbillon. This is not. And you'll see a lot of times sellers on Amazon, eBay list watches like this that show the open heart and the balance wheel gyrating as a tourbillon, and they are not. Remember, a tourbillon is a specific movement, and generally you can tell a tourbillon by an outer cage rotating around the balance wheel. We're not going to get into what makes, why a tourbillon does what it does or the reasons behind it. This is just really kind of doing the show and tell of the video here, or show and tell of the watch in this video. So this is again, we call this a double barrel. You'll see it referred to as double barrel or dual open heart or double balance wheel. It's just an extremely cool watch. I wish they made triples. I love when you get a watch that has a little something going on with it, right? This really draws people in when you look at this. You can see those two balance wheels just oscillating. I love it. This is one of my favorite movements in almost any watch ever made, is when you have those dual wheels. I know Jacob & Company came out with I think it was called their Quattro or something like that, where it had quad tourbillons. They were actual tourbillons. Very complicated watch. This one here, very, very cool looking watch. I don't know. I just really like, when you have a skeletonized face, those are cool too, but they kind of get a little busy. With this, you really see that dual balance wheel just kind of oscillating away. So, all right, so let's talk about it. So, all right, so this is limited to 100 units per color. It is, again, an automatic and a hand wind. You can see I'm rotating this. I am winding the watch, which is why you can see those balance wheels gyrating away or oscillating. And this is named after the groundbreaking Galileo spacecraft. So Nubeo watches are space themed for the most part, and they do have some ocean themed as well, and sometimes those themes are really tied well with the watch. Other times they're just really kind of a name, and so this really, in my opinion, is just kind of a name. There's nothing really tying this to any kind of Galileo. They say it was the first spacecraft to orbit the outer planet and deploy an entry probe, right? So there's nothing really tying this to that. There's no picture on it or anything like that. Other than the case back, this is probably a representation of the probe they sent out. And Nubeo would generally put something related to the theme on the back, kind of sketched into the exhibition window. It's cool, but mainly, with a watch like this, I wasn't drawn to it for the theme, although it's nice that they kind of have a story behind each watch. But realistically, you're just buying this watch because you love it, like the way it looks, right? So very cool, right? This is what really drew me into it, and why I chose the black is because the dual balance wheels, the dual barrels really pop on this, right? It's pretty cool to see those oscillating, and it definitely is a compliment getter, right? I've always said with a black watch, you need something to kind of make it pop, and this definitely does that. Again, it's just my opinion. So it is an automatic. I don't know which automatic movement, so if that is a deal breaker for you, let me know before, if you're looking to make a purchase. As always, I put the links and my coupon code in the description of all these videos. Save yourself a little bit of money. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. It is a 49 millimeter case diameter, 19 in case thickness, and 57 millimeters lug to lug. Useless information as far as lug to lug, because the bracelet just tapers right into that. It doesn't mean it's your bracelet's going to tape around your wrist anyway. So the important measurement is 49. So it's a big watch, right? Definitely a watch for somebody who wants to get into the oversized watches. I think this is a great candidate. It's not in the 50 range, but you're definitely getting something that's going to have a nice wrist presence. So dial color on this, obviously black. It is available in a whole bunch of different colors, and I'll kind of touch on that. Actually, I don't think I will touch on that because there's so many on this watch. Looks like they got 10, 11 different color combinations. My buddy got it has like kind of a fire. A fire is red, orange, and yellow. His bezel has that with those accents. It's a very cool piece. I just went with just a standard, loomed bezel. And when you have all these white parts right here around the bezel, and I think, pretty much. Sorry, I can't give you a loom shot, but pretty much everything you see on here that's white is loom. So it has a really nice night presence to it, and I like that they did loom around those double barrels, because even at night you can kind of see them oscillating. What else? We have 316 stainless steel. I think one of the most important check boxes, I like to call them, when buying a watch. We have a sapphire lens, another deal breaker for some. For me, not really a problem. I mean, I've never scratched any crystal, no matter what it's made out of, but you are getting the best quality sapphire crystal. Again, we have a screw-on case-back exhibition window. Milled clasp. This one is done, obviously, you can see all black. It does have a screw-down crown as well, which we'll screw down right now. Applied indexes, and the lume on this is New Light. And, milled clasp, non-stamp, safety latch. This one here is not, surprisingly, is not a dual push button deploying, where most Nubeos are. This is just a friction clasp. They all work just as well. You do have a couple levels of micro adjustment on this. It looks like you have 2 levels on the actual bracelet. Now, I haven't tried that, but it looks like you have 2. And then you have 4 on the other end of the bracelet. So usually they don't have, this is kind of an area where they normally don't have 2. Normally just have 1, which connects to the clasp, all right? But it's pretty cool they gave 2 on there. This one doesn't have a non-rotating bezel, no need for it, right? That's really about it. 200 grams in weight, 20 ATMs of water resistance. It's a cool piece. Like I said, my buddy saw this, saw my video, and was like, dude, I got to get one of those, and he ended up picking up one of these. So definitely one dev. The other color options are pretty cool. I really like, a lot of times when I get an all black watch, I always want to get the stainless version of it as well. So we'll see if I can get my hands on that. They have one called the coffee brown, which is really unique. My buddy picked up looks like the orange black, which has got, again, orange and black. And it really makes the face pop. They don't have any just all silver ones. There's always a little pop of color. The closest thing to getting all silver would be the blue face. So all silver bezel, silver everything, blue face. But very cool watch, and I wanted to come back and share with you guys. I did do a kind of more of a face-to-face review of this watch here in the past and showed you more wrist shots, but I do want to still show you a couple wrist shots here. This is on a 7-inch wrist. Very nice looking piece. Try to get a little closer here. Yeah, it's badass. Bracelet's got some kind of like these little grooves in there. It's a 3-link bracelet, but actually, excuse me, it's a I'm gonna call that a single link bracelet. Each link is actually, well, more like a 2-link bracelet, I guess. So each one of these links has this portion and this portion. There's a couple notches in each one, just kind of give it a little bit of texture, but it's a clean watch, and if you have kind of got the Nubeo bug, it's one you definitely want to add to your collection. As always, coupon codes in the description. If it can help you guys in any way, let me know. Thanks for watching, folks. Do subscribe to the channel, and take care.